and welcome to the WGC podcast, where we take esteemed members from the wrestling game community, come together and talk wrestling, and we talk wrestling games as well. I see we are live, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it with introductions. Who I see on my screen first, we got Bryan in the building.
Yo. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing today, man? My name is Just Bryan, and you can find me at Just Bryan NY. Latest video we got up there is the vlog with Kenny and I. We went to Worlds End. And yeah, y'all make sure to go check that out, man. More content coming for y'all come the Rumble as well. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have some content before the Rumble. I just mean that's the next vlog coming up. But yeah, that's about it so far.
All right, and Kenny Bomb, y'all can find me at Kenny Bomb on YouTube. We'll be doing a lot of WWE 2K24 content coming up. I believe the first video is actually going up either tonight or tomorrow, so make sure y'all check it out. Next, we have Kero.
Hell yeah. Kero, blank space for now. Soon it will change. But I do a lot of WWE content, WWE 2K24, just like Kenny, on the way. WGC podcast, obviously. Lots of doing that. AEW Fight Forever on my channel. Just made a video about that. Tekken 8, another, similar genre fighting game. I want to build up to that. So lots of content around that. And I've had a video about wrestling code on the back burner for so long. So be on the lookout for that as well. And if you're interested in Star Citizen, man, even some content about that is coming. Lots of things churning up right now for the Kero the Goat channel. You can find me on YouTube with that name for now. That being said, I'll leave it up to the next person.
All right, exciting stuff. And then next up, we got Stryzer 2 Wrestling's Clint is in the building.
What's up, guys? As always, you can find me covering wrestling games like CPW, WWE 2K24, the rollout for that. Any other wrestling games that might be in the pipeline that come my way that I'll share with the group and everybody like that. I'm also covering the Dragon Ball Sparking game and any Dragon Ball game that comes out. I love Dragon Ball. So yeah, check out the channel for Dragon Ball Wrestling channel, everything. Yeah.
All right, and last but most certainly not least, we got the Loaded Beast in the building.
So, man, I've been covering Tekken 8. Excited for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Can't wait to play it. I haven't owned a Dragon Ball game. The last one I owned was Budokai 3.
What?
So, yeah, I'm excited about it. And I know when I jump online, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. That's for sure. So, but I'm gonna cover WWE 2K24, AEW Fight Forever. So yeah, follow me at Load as a Beast on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Nice.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Yeah. Or X.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So, as we stated, we will all be covering WWE 2K24 on our personal channels, but we don't only do that on our personal channels, we do it together as well. So today we will be talking about some WWE 2K24, starting off with the box star, because there's a lot going on in WWE right now. So I want to know what you guys think about the box star. Who should be the cover star, and who do you think will be the cover star? Let's go ahead and start with you, Bryan.
Brian's muted.
So we got some issues, some tech difficulties going on with Bryan. So we're going to go ahead and go the opposite way and start with the Loaded Beast.
So who should the cover star? It should be Cody Rhodes, because I think it's time for him to actually finish the story. I don't know what's going on with The Rock and Roman. Yeah. We don't know if it's going to happen at the Chamber or Mania. It should be Mania, but we'll get to that later on. So yeah, it should be Cody. It's time. Plus, he's like #1 in the merch. Top selling in the merch now, so yeah.
That's true. What do you think about it, Clint? Do you think they should stick with Cody since he is #1 in the merch, or what do you think they should do?
Personally, I think they should stick with Cody because they're pushing him to be that guy, right? They're pushing him to be that guy. The Rock will be here and gone. CM Punk will be here and gone. He's up there in age 2. I think CM Punk and The Rock are just going to be there like merch sellers and put them in games and stuff like that to move the needle that way. If you want a guy on the active roster to really just capitalize on that, you should put Cody on the cover. Who do I think will be on the cover? I think they're going to put The Rock on the cover because he's universally recognized. That's why I feel about it anyway.
Okay. Interesting. Kero.
Man, if you asked me this a couple of months ago, I would have given you like a dark horse answer, and that would be LA Knight. Now that momentum is nowhere to be found.
Oh, damn.
If you asked me this a week ago, I would say CM Punk. But as Loaded mentioned, now CM Punk is not the number one merch seller in the WWE anymore. So that makes you question. It does make you question. It's either got to be The Rock, like Clint has said, or Cody. And I just look at the WWE programming and the way they are pushing Cody so in front of us that I would be surprised if like WWE itself didn't force 2K to put Cody on the cover. And yeah, besides like, let's forget about the 2K14 because it wasn't fully visual concepts until WWE 2K15. When I look at that, like besides this year with 2K23, I mean, and I guess we had at 2K16 Stone Cold, but other than that, we had Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, AJ, Becky, and Roman. Like Rey Mysterio is 2K22, so all of these guys and gals are like active wrestlers. So Cody is at the top. He's active right now, and I think looking at the trends, he's got a good chance of being the cover.
All right, and good points there as well. Personally, you know what? Cody is their guy, kind of at the top of everything right now, so it would make sense for them to make him the cover star of the game. I thought they would do it last year, but they went with John Cena, and that made me think that they would start going the way of actually like legends and stuff because of that showcase mode. They want to build the showcase mode around the cover star. So if that's still the plan, then I don't think they'll go with Cody because Cody Rhodes, yes, he has a career in WWE. Like, he has a good past, but his thing right now is finishing the story. So his story is not finished. So you don't have that complete story to tell with Cody Rhodes unless you're really going to lead up to it and do the what-if match at WrestleMania in the game. So as far as the cover star for 24, I would not be surprised if it was The Rock. And that's really just based on him coming back right now. It's putting him in front of people. And if you're going to do legends and build up their careers, then I think you got a long list of different matches you could do with a long list of different legends you can include in the game if you're going to do it as The Rock. So I think The Rock would make a lot of sense. I know he's just coming back and he's fresh on everyone's mind, but you know, even if he wasn't, I think he would make sense to be the cover star for this year. What do you think, Bryan?
I believe Cody's going to be the cover, strictly on how he's been pushed. He's the face of the company at the moment. Everywhere he goes, he's the top guy. Everybody wants to see him, and I strictly believe that WWE is going to put him on the cover, no matter what 2K's plans were this year. And I know that we are talking about The Rock being possibly on the cover and stuff like that, but The Rock is really only back because Australia made that call. So I don't think The Rock had anything to do with that development cycle or anything like that. So I know right now the two big names are either Cody or The Rock, which I wouldn't be mad at The Rock. I mean, The Rock was on the best 2K game that we've had, so I wouldn't mind seeing him again. But I think Cody Rhodes definitely got this one locked in.
So, I mean, again, it's very interesting because Roman Reigns was the top guy last year on top of the world, but John Cena got that cover. So I don't know if the way they're booking their TV determines who's the cover star.
I think it's too fresh because of 20, because Roman was on 20. Wasn't he with Becky Lynch? Obviously, it was a horrible
Yeah, but
game.
he was with Becky Lynch. Yeah, and it was a pretty bad one. So I think it would have been a good reason to give him the cover by himself, just making him head of the table, king of the castle. Boom, Roman Reigns is the guy. Go buy this game. But I don't know. I don't think the way they book TV really determines who's the cover star. So, I mean, I've heard rumors saying it was Cody Rhodes, so it just might be him, but I think that'd be weird. Is Cody Rhodes a showcase star right now? I don't think so. So maybe if he is the cover star, then we're going away from showcase and they're planning on doing something completely different, which I wouldn't be mad at.
Actually, Kenny, that's a great point with the showcase that went over my head a little bit. If I thought of that, my answer would have been different because you look at Rey Mysterio, like respect, he's a legend, but even in the year of 2021 or whenever he was the cover star of the game, he wasn't a main eventer. He was nowhere near the level of Roman Reigns or nobody. Yeah. So because he was the showcase star, he was still at the cover page. Now, The Rock, I feel like he won't happen because, like Bryan said, it's just a contemporary thing. Like it just happened. Everybody's talking about it. The game has been in development. They already got a cover star for their for that is based on the showcase, and I think the showcase was being rumored for The Undertaker, right? He's a name that is very likely. So I could totally see more than Cody, more than The Rock, Taker being at the cover of this game right now. A shout out to Painkiller, I think. Yeah, he reminded me of that on the chat. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget that there's 3 different versions of the game, so we might get multiple covers.
Yeah, true.
By the time it comes out. So
I do agree with Kero. I do think Taker's going to be the showcase this year. I think you put Taker on the Icon Edition, which is the $120 one, and you put Cody on the normal cover if that's the way that you want to go. But I don't know. I mean, you guys all have good points, though. For the last 2 years, the showcase has been the cover star. So we'll see where that goes.
And I say this last thing. I hope if Cody is the cover star, the special edition or whatever is like an actual storybook, and you can open it and have the disc and finish the story, something that.
That'd be awesome. Put the Shinsuke Nakamura story in there. That'd be cool.
Also, too, when The Rock came back in September on SmackDown, he was scanned, I believe, that same day before he came out. So he could be the cover star.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Maybe they were going to go with Cody, but then they probably realized that, The Rock's going to come back at Mania, so why don't we make him the cover star and have a showcase mode for him? Even though I'm not a big fan of showcase mode, I don't really care for it, but I can see that happening.
I'm sorry, I enjoy showcase mode. I talk a lot of trash about it, and I'd rather have like a big, robust, like single player story, but I do enjoy showcase.
Yeah, because they always had The Rock, but not The Rock with his current tattoos.
Road to WrestleMania is better.
Road to WrestleMania is 100 times better. I absolutely agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I complain about Showcase every year, and I find myself in there playing it, having fun, and enjoying it. So, but I wouldn't be mad if it was the Undertaker. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler of all time. So, yeah, I would definitely like that. But as far as I want to say this before we move forward. Can't guard Mike 13 says Sasha won't be at AEW because she's 7 hours away from where the stadium is right now. If I was 7 hours away, I could drive there and be there before morning, buddy. But okay. Continuing on with 2K24. One thing I want to know is a feature that is not in 2K23 that you would like to see in 2K24. Let's start with that, and then we're going to name a feature that's not in 2K, or a feature that you don't want to see in 2K24. So, Bryan, if they were to add one feature to the game, like you could choose this feature, what feature would you have them put in there?
All right, so we're talking about like full blown out mode, or do you mean like an addition?
Mode, feature, doesn't matter. One thing you want them to add.
I'll keep it realistic. If they would allow me to go in a universe, and when I pick a cutscene, let me choose the characters I want to do something and not just randomize it for me, that would alone add longevity for me to play universe mode, because I don't have to worry about trying to improvise when, like, I pick a rivalry and Montez Ford, he's the one that they pick to throw the chair in the ring. Like, that turns me off. I don't want to play universe because I always have to try and improvise around it. So if I can choose who I want to do stuff, I think, which is very realistic, I think we can see that as soon as this year, that would probably be the feature I want.
That kind of sounds like a story creator. Like, if you can choose the cutscenes, that'd be awesome. Like, if you could upload those to community creations as well, like you create this whole story and you could upload it for other people to play.
If we going back to that, hell yeah, bro. But I'm just trying to keep it 2K compact, because we ain't, doing that.
Right. Well, it sounds like it would be a good start. So that's actually a good one. I'm gonna get back into universe. Well, I'm gonna get into universe mode this year because I never even really gave it a shot. But for me, if I would have them add one feature to the game, I said this before, it'd be like the intertwined backstage areas. Bryan, please stop twerking on the camera, man. What are you doing?
I'm trying to fix my chair, bro.
Trying to focus on what Kenny's saying.
He just twerking all over the place. This is the third day. But I would want them to add the intertwined backstage areas back, where we could start in the ring, throw the guy's head backstage. We see him roll back there, and then we could follow him, go into the boiler room, go into backstage areas, take him to the parking lot, bring him back out the parking lot, maybe take him upstairs and throw him off the building. Just all kind of stuff. You know what? And along with that, give us WWE headquarters. Y'all remember that Money in the Bank match they had during the pandemic at WWE headquarters? Give us that too.
Off the top, that'd be tough.
Yes, off the top. Shout out to off the top.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I want. Just more backstage stuff to be included. What do you think, Kero?
Man, I'm gonna go kinda the opposite way of what Bryan has said. where in a sense, like
gave you a look. He's like, sorry.
Well, at least okay, it's better than him twerking. I can take that.
right.
Yeah.
I like the fact that give us story elements, right, that we can control on our own. That sounds cool and all, but it also sounds like, to me, we're doing the work. Why are we creating our own stories? Like, we're paying money, like, at least create the stories for us. My wish comes from the fact that I enjoy this a lot in other type of games as well. So these are mostly open world games like GTA, like Watch Dogs 2 to be specific. Both in these series, like, you do something in the open world, and then the gameplay kind of happens. Everything is dynamic. Like, there's already a story happening, and like whatever you do, the game reacts to it so well, so that, like, even if you don't have a story mission or a pre-made mission with, like, everything is predetermined and all that. No, like, you can just literally run around the world and do that for 3 hours, and you'll have so much fun. And I think wrestling is a great concept for that to be implemented in that. Like, WWE 12 is usually touted as the game when it comes to universe mode, being that way where you have the repetitive cutscenes, but in comparison to today's universe, like, random stuff actually happens. And once you get into a match, something interesting always happens, right? It's not just a like one-on-one match exhibition. No, like you enjoy the time. I like that. I like things being a little random. I like going in there and the game surprising me. That's more of a type of a player I am. Like, I'm not like Clint, where I want to create all these, creator wrestlers. I'm not like Bryan, where I want to create my own stories. Let them happen dynamically. Like, I would love it. Like, when I don't know, unnecessarily beat on a wrestler, let's say for 10 minutes, just finisher after finisher. Let him get injured again. Or maybe he gets angry at my guy and, like, we get into our rivalry just because I could have finished him with the first finisher, but no, I decided to mess with him more. Like, stuff like that, just small stuff like that would be so much cooler. So I'm just looking for more dynamic anything in the next wrestling game. As far as the future I want, like, just make the universe mode, for example, more dynamic, let's say.
Yeah, that'd make things a lot less repetitive. Give you incentive to go back in to play over and over again. So that'd be cool. What do you think, Clint? I know you're the creation guy. You got something different for us, or is it?
Yeah, I got something different. They have a pretty much super robust character creator already, but the one creation thing that's very lacking and hasn't changed for a long time is to create an arena. I want to be able to actually place where the crowd sits, like where the weapons are throughout the entire arena, not just the tiny little boxed off area they give you.
Yeah.
I want to be able to put the actual ring way the hell over here if I want to, and then have the crowd facing like a certain direction this way. Heck, have them all facing the opposite direction of the ring if you just want to be funny. Like, this match is terrible, I don't want to watch this match. I don't know. It's just weird stuff like that, and be able to really create the Titantron, because they don't do cool Titantrons anymore. It's just a giant screen on SmackDown and Raw. I want to be able to make the awesome, like the big fist or the backlash arena, stuff like that. I want to actually be able to just give me more space, give me more stuff I can do in the create an arena. I think that's the one mode that really needs an overhaul, in my opinion, for the creation suite.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because if you think about like AEW's Daily's place, like, that arena looks different than a lot of different arenas. So if you could make arenas like that, I think that'll be really cool too.
Yeah, then be able to upload them online. I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Choose whether or not you want the AI to cash in on this match, or this match. Yeah, because you can't do that in exhibition mode now.
I think we might be buffering, fellas. It looks like we're back. Yeah, I think we were.
I don't got any drop frames on my end. That's weird. Maybe YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, it just looked like it was loading on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Malcolm said we were, but I think we're back now.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right, so Loaded, you said you wanted to. I just want to make sure that people were able to hear you.
So the feature I would want is being able to choose, or having the AI cash in on a championship match. So have a guy have a war in the ring, have a 25-30 minute banger, and giving us the option to have the AI cash in whenever we want. Yeah, instead of it being random. Yeah. It's random. But I hate it.
The option is actually there. It just don't work. Hasn't worked
just
for 2
doesn't work?
years. It's actually there.
They put it there like, we know, but we're trying.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out one day.
Very inconsistent. You got to pause the game before the match ends, or it'll give you a quick pop up at the top of the screen, letting you know if you want to cash in or not. But it doesn't.
Wow.
Work.
Yeah. So let's check the chat. What do you guys want to see added to 2K? Give us one thing y'all want to see added to this game to make it better. I see King Adeline says custom entrance themes. I remember back in the day where Xbox, you could download any song you wanted to on the Xbox.
Oh yeah.
You could take those songs and set them as your
Good old
entrance
days,
music.
bro.
Yeah,
I
good
did
old
that with
days.
Jeff
man.
Hardy.
Yeah. So we're in the future now. We got the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, and we just can't do it anymore.
Can't do it.
You would think now that
that ain't
you
happening.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it
You
on
got
PC,
things
my
like-
boy. Get it on PC.
uh,
It's really easy to
Console is
actually do
king.
it. It's actually the easiest thing you can do on PC.
come on, man. Console is king. But then you got like things like Spotify, you got Apple Music. If you could get these apps on an Xbox or a PlayStation and you pay for it, you should be able to choose the song and set it as your interest music.
You can
That's
do it.
still a lot of legal trouble,
really?
man. If
Yeah, I know
Mr.
it's-
Dubbs
Yeah.
was here, shout out to him, by the way. I think he's working tonight, right?
Yeah,
he
Mr.
would
Dubbs. Shout out
say-
Mr. Dubbs.
He'll definitely come up and say UPW, and the way they
Frames. Usually it would tell me.
That's so weird.
Yeah, but looking at YouTube, it's showing that loading symbol.
let me see F5 if that solves it. Nope.
Hold on, y'all.
Oh,
All right,
we're
we
back.
are back. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the buffering, but we're doing it live. Brian's checking it out on his end right now.
Let me see.
All right, so let's see.
Maybe it fixes now. I put up the bit rate, so let's give it a little bit, see if it goes. Let's see what happens. We should be all right because I'm not
Alright.
dropping any frames. Usually I stream on this bit rate every week.
All right, y'all. So we're streaming on Brian's end, so blame Brian if it happens again. Mike Tarver says he wants to see creative finisher come back, and I agree. That's the
Oh,
one thing I've been
man.
saying a
That'd be
lot.
super fun.
Creative
yeah.
finisher,
Yeah, but
even if they look dumb. I love picking them up for a
Yeah.
vertical suplex, dropping them down for like the fireman's carrying them, picking them back up. Vertical suplex.
Bro, creative
just
finisher.
spinning
Yeah, was
Endlessly
so fun,
with your
bro.
450.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. All right,
Yeah.
creative finisher was probably one of the funnest features. Like WWE
Yeah.
12 and 13, I used to play like online heavy, bro. Like that was my stuff.
Mhm.
And I used to come up with the craziest finishers,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Yeah.
throw them up in the
That would
air.
be- that would be-
Yeah,
That's
even like a
last
punch
online.
combo. You can just punch them like a million times
Yeah,
and then hit them
throw
with a
'em
crazy
up.
finisher.
Yep.
Yeah,
Slow down the
I
animation.
agree. I would
Yeah.
love to see a creative finisher come back.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what else we got. Shout out to Benny Boy, is him. I see you in the chat. King M127 says the Switch 2 is coming. Yeah, Switch 2 is supposed to be coming in 2024, I believe. It's going to be as strong as the Xbox
Oh.
One and the PS4. So shout out to Nintendo.
I do have
Let's
a
see,
question.
where can you choose
Did,
your own? Go ahead.
Did they do away with OMG moments? Because I swear, bro,
I think they did.
I
Yeah.
don't see the button. Bro,
Yep.
OMG moments was some of the coolest stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah, they were cool.
they're normal moves now.
Yeah, and I honestly
Yeah.
don't know how to trigger them. I felt like OMG moments was those moments that you see in real life that are like, whoa, like that's super cool. Like I remember John Cena had the double attitudes
Like
adjustment.
attitude
and you could
adjustment?
pick-
Yeah.
yeah, you could pick both of them up, or you could break the ring.
Oh, yeah,
Dope.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Don't
surprised
worry.
they got rid of that.
Don't worry. In three years later, they'll come back
3
as
years,
holy
yeah.
crap moments.
Yeah.
Right.
In 2K23,
All right, and the last one. Go ahead,
sorry.
Clint.
I was going to say, in
No, go ahead.
2K23, they have your moves list. And in order to do those moves in this year, you have to assign a move to those slots. It takes them all away automatically. So if you want to throw them through the
Right.
hell, if you want to throw them
so
through
they're
the
still there?
barricade, yeah, you just have to assign it to each little section because they're off by default, which is really stupid. You think they'd all be all on for
So-
everybody.
Yeah.
So I could still break the ring.
Yeah, if you have two
Yeah.
super
Two-
heavyweights,
yeah.
you can break the ring. Yeah.
I'm gonna go into
All right,
this.
we gotta do a video. We gotta go ahead and try to do it in a
Yeah.
video.
It's almost
together.
too easy to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No.
I always forget. I'm like, oh, damn it.
The match is over now.
Match is over. I'm like, crap.
All right, so Timothy Mayfield says whole 3 championships entrance. So he wants to see the Kenny Omega entrance in WWE 2K and special guest referee. That's one I've heard a lot.
That's
a
in.
lot of
Yes,
people want
yeah.
a special guest referee. What's in?
Kenny Omega entrance.
Oh, so you can hold 3 belts in 2K?
Oh, you meant like hold 3 belts. I meant like the Kenny Omega actual entrance motion. That's in
No, I mean
WWE.
like you come out with like 2 belts on
Oh,
the
yeah.
shoulders, one around the waist.
Oh, that
I
was,
mean,
yeah.
it's already
The
in the game,
collector.
isn't it? The Kenny Omega entrance,
Is-
like Alpha
Sure.
Omega or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
The regular one? Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we have 3 stages of hell. That's another good one. I would love to
that'd
see
be
that in
fun.
AEW
Oh,
Fight
that'd be
Forever,
fun.
actually.
Yeah, we'll see that in AEW Fight Forever before we see it in WWE. But we
That'd be
just don't
fun
know
in
when.
Hopefully.
that'd be fun in CPW with the ragdoll physics falling off the cage.
Right, yeah. Sure,
All
that's
right, now
coming
let's
eventually.
move forward to one feature you don't want to see make it into WWE 2K24. Brian, is there anything you have in 23 that you just don't want to see come back? You want them to do away with completely?
GM mode.
Do
I
you think they should merge the elements into Universe or just get rid of it
Yeah,
completely?
I think there should be an option where you could toggle if you want to use money or not in your universe mode. Because some people don't like to mess with all that money stuff, but I think it adds a nice little dynamic and would really create that sandbox mode that they want, that they, you know, they have it named as. Because I don't know, bro. I feel like GM mode and universe mode, they're so similar, but they literally limit each other because GM mode has a draft and universe mode doesn't. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they got to pick one or the other and just do away with it and just create it into just one big mode. And I think that would be super cool. And what's it called? Actually, no, I'll let somebody. If nobody else says it, I'll say it in the after. But yeah, go ahead.
All right, so mine is going to be My Rise. I don't want to see the mode come back in that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I still want the story mode and but I would rather have something like Road to WrestleMania just because My Rise, I feel like it's just too much fat in there.
That's
Like
repetitive.
you get in, yeah, you do a match, you get backstage, you got 3 wrestlers just lined up here. You can talk to him, talk to him, talk to him. Which one do you want to go in a match with? I just see like it takes too much time, and I really want to get in there, see the story, and get out. And, you know, have a separate career mode or something if you want to waste that time. But I think the story mode itself just needs to cut out all of that fat because there's a lot of unnecessary stuff in there. What do you got for us, Kero?
Man, I'm surprised this isn't said already. And it's a classic answer. It's so much that I was wanting to not say it, but I'll say it. My faction is easily the mode that's supposed to go. And I think my rise is going to go in the coming years, 3 years later. My GM is gone, universe is gone, but my faction is the only one standing. In fact, in 10 years, my faction is going to be the name of the game. It's not going to be WWE 2K whatever anymore. It's going to be WWE 2K my faction.
Maybe it's a separate game.
No, like they're not even gonna. I don't know. Hopefully, but looking at what FIFA has done, what any other sports game have done, that's the way I see the trend going. So if I had the chance, what do you say? Like destroy the snake's head while it's small or something like that. But yeah, it's a scary mode, and it's taken away like some exclusive models, probably moves in the future, and so much more this coming year and next year. I don't even want to think about it. So my faction would definitely be my number one thing to like just go
that
out the door.
So fire, bro. I can't wait for that.
So I see Real Take Wrestling in the chat. Shout out to Omer. He says, what is my faction? And that's a good question because I've never played it myself. Assemble did explain to me what it was, and it actually does sound interesting. So I'm kind of interested to play it or try it for the first time in 2K24 to see what it's like. But anybody can explain to us exactly what it is?
Yeah, I got y'all, man. So listen, bro. All right, man. So basically, it's supposed to be where you create your own roster, but it is not free. I mean, some of it is free because you grind for cards, but it takes an insane amount of time to get you a good free card. So what they make you do is they make you spend money on these packs, and they put a match of the week every week. There's a different match. So like it'll be a one-on-one Extreme Rules match. So you'll face somebody one-on-one, and that's the match that you'll have for the week. You can go in and play that match online. That is the only match that's online. And the second thing about it, there are towers that people do enjoy playing online to grind, and basically they give you all these little checkpoints that you got to hit throughout the match to get the full my faction point progress, so you could get all the exactly. It's basically Ultimate Team, bro. If you ever played Madden Ultimate Team, NBA 2K My Team, it's basically a version of that, but wrestling. You're just collecting cards, but you're spending money on virtual cards that after the year you're not ever going to use again because you're going to move on to the next game.
Yeah, you have to spend money on it?
You don't have to spend money on it, but it's going to get to a point where you're going to want to spend money because you're going to be behind. Because what they're going to do is the cards that come out online and that you ground for, they're going to get outdated compared to the cards that people could actually pay for and get, which is what happens with Madden, 2K. Like, you can be good and still win with a no money spent team, but obviously the person that spends the money is going to have the advantage.
All right. It sounds good to me. The only thing that's bad is when y'all start talking about spending money. The mode sounds fun, like doing the checkpoints in the matches. It sounds like it gives you something to do because I'm a single player guy. I don't like to play online. So having something like that where they're like, well, here's the update this week. You can do this.
Yes.
Here's your new match with new objectives. So it gives you a reason to always come back. But if they're kind of pushing me to spend money in there, then that's what's really going to push me away from it.
You could definitely grind and get tokens and stuff like that, and you spend the tokens and redeem them for cards. You could definitely do that. I'm honestly, in the past, I've been an Ultimate Team guy, so as much as like the mode kind of like sucks because it takes away from new attires and stuff like that, new attires is something that we've never seen in a WWE game. Like after the game comes out, we never get like alternatives. So like to me, like the fact that they're doing this with my faction, it sucks because there is a lot of versions that we want to use in different modes, but it doesn't surprise me because they've never updated the game with different attires. So this is like whatever to me. But I think that they're going to expand it and blow up this mode, and people are going to be even more upset because online is going to be huge for this mode next year, whether people like it or not.
All right, I'm going to give it a try for the first time next year so I can really have an opinion on it because I don't want to crap on it because it sounds like my type of thing. But again, we'll see how that, because I know like with 2K, NBA 2K, you got to spend that money. Well, I got to spend that money because I suck. If I want to win, I got to spend that money to get those stats. So
it's a casino. It's a straight up casino, wrestling team.
That's what it is, bro. It's basically gambling for kids.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get Clint's. Let's get Clint's thoughts. One thing you don't want to see return or in 2K24.
Well, since Kero took the obvious one, I'm going to go with, and I'll probably get a lot of heat for this, is showcase mode. I feel like that time they spend making showcase mode, I feel like they should put that into the story mode, season mode, take that time to fix universe mode, fix GM mode. I mean, it's so, everything has to be so meticulous, and it feels just like a tutorial every year. It doesn't really feel like it's a special thing. It's cool seeing the star talk about those matches and stuff like that, but you can get that in a documentary. We don't need that in our $120 game. Spend that time and effort doing something else. So showcase mode, I think it's just a waste of time, in my opinion, but I know some people like it.
Yeah. I will agree with Clint with that. My fault, Kenny. Just one quick thing, bro. The one thing I hate about showcase, bro, is that mode, they literally got so lazy with it, and they just give us real cutscenes, and we get copyright strikes on YouTube for playing the thing. And it's like, honestly, bro, if I could play the game and not get copyright striked, I would stream it just because, that's content you stream, and you're like, all right, you could play it in one day or whatever. And another thing is, I hate that we pay for the accelerator, and we still have to play Showcase to unlock that. The past 2 years, I have not played Showcase. I just get a trainer on PC, and I unlock everything. I don't care if anybody from 2K watching this, but listen, bro, that's the way you got to do it, man. I ain't playing that mode.
See, I enjoy the showcase mode. I don't mind it too much. I do hate the fact that they use the real footage. I'd rather them just recreate everything in game. I mean, it's a game, and we want to see those type of cinematics. So I think they should recreate it that way. Even the little scenes like last year with John Cena talking, I'm sure if you show those on YouTube, they're going to clip you. And I think they do it that way because they want people to get in there and buy the game and not have the mode on YouTube where it's spoiled and everything. So you know what? It sucks. I think I wouldn't mind if they got rid of it and did something else in its place, but what were you going to say, Kero?
I would argue that it takes no time to develop that mode because of how lazy they've gotten. Like I said, the objectives, I feel like they've been written by ChatGPT, especially in the last 2 games. It's like no creativity, nothing. It's tedious. All right, put on the video. Like I can go on YouTube or WWE Network and watch it. Like why am I even wasting my time playing this? Bryan, great point with the accelerator. Like, what's the point of the accelerator? Like, we're paying money to unlock everything, but we can't unlock everything.
Yes. And another thing, Kero, my fault. Yeah. Just so it's a thought that I can't forget. The game corrupts at least 3 times a year, bro. So if you're on console and your game corrupts, you got to play Showcase again to just unlock those things, bro. And that right there is like, it's just insane to me. But I'm sorry, Kero, to cut you off.
I was just going to refer to the past, more specifically 2K18. I don't know how many of you remember that, but that's our only example where 2K said, okay, we're not going to do a showcase this year, and we're going to focus on other things. Because Clint, you talked about it, and it's like, 2K18. They did kind of say they would focus on other stuff, but no, there was no showcase. But they also released like a very crappy game. So I don't know. It's scary. It's scary. But I agree with the showcase one, man. It's just I don't even know why they do it anymore.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Are you had anything else to add, Clint?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to Loaded. One thing you would like to see removed from WWE 2K24.
I was gonna say showcase. I think it's a waste.
Oh, everybody's going showcase.
Get that out of here.
It's complete garbage. Like work on something else. That give us something that most fans want.
Yeah,
they already know. What are we doing here? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about unlocking the old arenas or the old models. I don't care. Like let's move on. And you got competition now, kinda. So let's.
Ain't no competition, my boy. That game is dead in the water.
Well, speaking of
Not yet.
competition, you just mentioned it. AEW Fight Forever.
Hold on, before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
Another mode that got to go with Superstar mode and Universe mode. That mode is garbage. And it's literally Universe mode, but you only get to control one superstar. But it's literally booked just like Universe. There's no storylines or nothing that's different. Get rid of that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that is kind of pointless too.
Yeah,
Waste
it's
of
very
space.
pointless. Very pointless.
All right. So Superstar mode, get out of here. So AEW Fight Forever, we got confirmation that this game will be alive for a very long time. They are going to still support it. So season 3, I expect to maybe hear about March, since Tony Storm is expected to be coming out here pretty soon. Now, every time these seasons are announced, we get those videos. You know, AEW Fight Forever, they don't know what they're doing. The game's dead. They're just messed up and it's blown out the water. This time, they're going to be going up against 2K24. So what's one thing they need to add in Season 3 that y'all think would kind of boost life into this game? Oh, Mike Fiesel says cancel Christmas. Do y'all agree with Mike Fiesel, or what can they do to help it out?
All
What
right,
do you
man.
think, Bryan?
Who's going?
So I think we have this conversation every week, right, bro? I told Zaides about himself last week on Thursday. I think what we need right now is some match types, bro. I think we need some match types, and I think obviously they're probably gonna charge for them, but I think they need to just be patched in. I think right now with the player base you have, I think it would really be a bad decision if you decide to divide people by putting the match types behind microtransactions. Because not everybody is willing to spend money on the game at this point. I think even if you charge for, like, let's say they drop like a casket match, but you add a steel cage match into the game for everybody, but you make the casket match $2-3 for everybody to buy and play, I think that's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if they want to make money off it, because that's obviously a hard match to put in a game, and no game has had it in over a decade. But I think match types is the biggest thing for this game, bro. Obviously, they're not gonna add a mode right now that's gonna have any substance. So match types right now would be the biggest thing for me.
All right, and I think that's going to be a big one across the board. Y'all let us know in the chat what y'all want to see in AEW Fight Forever Season 3 that'll get y'all reinvested into the game or make you want to get back in there and play it. For me, I agree with you, Bryan. It's definitely going to be match types. Again, I think we're all going to be able to agree on that, but I think what they need to do is put this game on Xbox Game Pass. Now, I already have the game, so it's not really going to benefit me at all, but it is going to benefit a lot of people who want to play the game online, because a lot of people just aren't going to pay for this game. You put it on Game Pass, there's a big player base there, so maybe people who aren't even wrestling fans will get in there and test it out. That's how I got into UFC. I was not watching UFC, but I saw Brock Lesnar on the box art on that demo. I got in there and played it. I think a lot of people may test out AEW Fight Forever if they see it available in Xbox Game Pass. That's going to make the matches a lot easier to find when people on Xbox at least are playing online. And you got these streamers who just have fans who come in and watch whatever they're playing. So if a streamer picks that up and the game goes viral because of all of the crazy stuff you can do it, you may get a lot of people looking at it and even buying it on PlayStation, PC, and picking it up on Game Pass. That could give the game a second life. And if you have those match types in there when this happens, you'll have a good chance at survival. So I think they need to put this thing on Game Pass if they want to give this game another boost. What do you think, Kero?
Man, I'm thinking about so many things, because it is going to take so many things, especially for this game to come back. AEW Fight Forever 2, that's a way different conversation. But for AEW, there's just no one thing that would like get me to come back to this game. I will give an answer for the sake of it. The biggest thing I can think of is actually a substantial game mode or a substantial update to a game mode called Road to the Elite. Give us more stories, maybe. Like I said earlier on the podcast, make it more dynamic. So you don't have to write that many stories, but hey, every time you play, something different happens. It's more satisfying. That way, hey, I bought Tony's Storm. What am I going to do with her? I can play this game mode. Like I can come back to it and play it, many, many times. I think for people who like single player, that's great. Like a good career mode is everything that you need, I think, right now. One of the biggest things anyways. But then, yeah, Game Pass. I mean, it's like this game could have been the greatest game of all time, right? If people don't know about it, no one's going to play it. Game Pass just kind of pushes it in front of everybody. And like it helps the awareness. Accessibility is pretty much everything, to be honest with you. So yeah, Game Pass is a huge, huge deal. But yeah, it needs, first of all, again, a substantial update. Match types are good. What do you call it? Good single player mode, like a career mode. And then you bring it like together with a good strategy, marketing strategy. So Game Pass is great with that. And yeah, like you just got to have many, many plans and stay consistent with it. Keep on throwing good content at us, and in time it will heal. Other games done it. Why not AEW? Why not? Because there are like insane competition. People are not gonna move on from AEW Fight Forever because all we got is WWE 2K24. That's all we can look forward to right now. So they still got a chance, and I think they can still do it.
That's right. I agree. What do you think? What do you think, Clint?
Well, you guys know I'm a big character creator, and when a game comes out that's made by one guy, pretty much kicks your butt in the creation suite aspect. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So for me, for season 3, and I'll probably get flack for this. I know I say that about everything, but the entire season 3 should just be a giant, huge creation suite overhaul, like 1,000 creation parts. Just a bunch of features added to the creation suite because it's bare bones. It's been 6 months and we got like 4 new things. We got like a couple pants. We got a new bra. Wow, with like a stripe on it. Like, just give me something to create. Give me a reason to be in the game and want to use those characters to make stuff. I'm gonna die on this hill. I truly think the character creator is intentionally bad because they're afraid you won't buy the real wrestlers. Because the Ukes invented the status quo for create a wrestler.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what happened with this game. I mean, I know it feels rushed, it feels unfinished, match types, whatever you want to call it. To launch a game with the creation suite so lacking with the company that basically, like I said, set standard, it just baffles me. So for season 3, obviously they're going to probably do wrestlers and stuff like that, but I would love to see even some creation parts in there. Give me 100 creation parts, and I'll probably buy Season Pass 3. Do that with every Season Pass, and I'm down, man. Just give me something to do in the creation suite, and I'll come back. Man.
All right, sounds good. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with you from that as well. But what do you think, Loaded?
So obviously we need more match types, and Assemble actually said this earlier in one of his YouTube shorts. They should expand on Beat the Elite, even though Beat the Elite is one of the worst game modes I ever played. It's absolutely terrible. You're unlocking wrestler reskins. I'm like, seriously? They have to expand on that, maybe update that. Even though I don't want them to, they should focus on match types. But expand on it, maybe later on have us do another round of another gauntlet and maybe have us unlock arenas or an old model from a wrestler, an old Kenny Omega model from New Japan or something. But have it be rewarding. Like, wrestler reskins are like meaningless. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
So they're gonna keep expanding on Stadium Stampede. I know they're gonna add a trios mode. I know. I see it. I see it happening. Yeah. But they gotta add more matches. But I don't think they should put it on Game Pass yet because the game has no content. I don't think it's ready for that yet.
Yeah. They gotta boost it first. It's gotta be good when they put it in there for more people.
Yeah. The game has to be in a good state first, and then you put it on Game Pass.
Right.
You know.
I agree.
And we also need a match creator too. Please.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more question before we jump out of AEW. Go ahead, Clint, before we go with the last question.
I was just going to say, if they're going to go this route with season passes every few months, once they get to a point, why not just make the base game free to play, kind of like they did with Dead or Alive, or what's that other fighting game that did that? Where
Killer Instinct did it too.
Yeah, okay, and then you get like a couple free characters here and there, and then you could buy the season passes. That would get people in the door to try out your game, and then if they like it, you can buy characters and stuff like that. But you still obviously have the paid edition.
Yeah. As long as they have the paid edition, that's fine. Because I hate those free to play games where they put like 3 or 4 fighters out, and then I don't know. I just don't like it. I hate that they did Killer Instinct that way.
Yeah.
But one question to end it off: cage match, coffin match. Let's say 3 stages of hell. If they put those 3 in the packs, would it be bad for you to have to pay for it? Bryan, you can just say yes or no.
No.
Kero?
Yeah.
Clint?
Yep.
Loaded.
No.
I'm with you. I'm with Bryan and Loaded. I don't think it would be bad if it's matches that completely change the game like that. It's fine if they want us to pay for them. I'll buy them. But matches like the ones that we see in Road to Elite, I think those need to be added in as a patch. So let's see what the people have to say about it. King Adeline, I see mentioned the creation suite needs to be upgraded. I see Matt Batten says match types. Jay Barnacles, what's up, Jay Barnacles, says match types as well. Mike Fiesel, new match type. So we got a lot of match type requests. How about 7-minute match, at least with 1 kick out of a finisher? I think something like an Iron Man match or 3 stages of hell, something like that would help extend the matches out. Because I don't think, for whatever reason, they're going to give us more durability on the wrestlers. Jay Barnacle says Game Pass would be great. Mike Fiesel says all tournaments. A career mode would be interesting if they did a character career where there's like no story or whatever, because I know they're not going to do that. If they just did like a character career where you could work your way through and win different titles and stuff like that, I would like to see some cutscenes in it, but I think that's a good one. Malcolm says tag, tornado, ladder, falls count anywhere, lights out match, 3 out of 4-way matches. So a lot of people requesting match types. Joseph says blood and guts match and guest referee. Obviously want cage matches, so that's it. If everybody wants the same thing, I don't see how they would skip match types in season 3. So we'll see what we get and if they are in fact listening. Now, are you guys ready to talk about AEW Worlds End?
All right, man. It's a tough subject. Let's do it.
Tough subject. So AEW put on Worlds End this weekend, and it was, I'd say, like the first rough AEW pay-per-view I had to sit through, which I had a lot of fun because I was actually there, me and Bryan. But as far as the quality of the show, it just wasn't up to standard as of to what they usually do. Bryan, you were there with me. What did you think about the show?
I thought it was hard to get invested into some of the matches because there was really no build. It felt really thrown together aside from the last 3 matches. Like, there was no need for 2 8-man tags. Like, even though I was happy to see Bryan Danielson, but I don't know. I just felt it was really hard to get invested till the last 3 matches. I feel like Christian and Edge or Adam Copeland, they went ahead and turned that pay-per-view around. I think after their match, I think people felt really invested because then we had the Continental Classic match where I thought John Mox and Eddie Kingston were going to absolutely rip each other apart, but that was actually a good wrestling match where John Moxley didn't bleed. So that was a good match, and I had fun with it. And then the MJF and Samoa Joe, it ended very suddenly, but I didn't mind it because it was different. It was a different feeling. Like when the third thing happened, when his arm dropped, it didn't really look like his arm dropped at the time, so I thought that he was going to come out of it, but then it ended up not happening. The Devil, honestly, at first. We're
gonna do the Devil. Yeah, we're
well, that's a different topic.
Yeah.
Okay, word. So yeah,
we gotta tackle that on its own. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you about the same thing. A lot of the matches did feel kind of just forced together at the last minute. Like, well, let's put this on there, let's put that on there. The matches that did have build, I thought were actually pretty good, but overall, just those matches that really meant nothing really hurt the show. What would you say the match of the night was, Bryan?
Christian Cage and Adam Copeland for sure.
I agree. Same here. Kero, what did you think about the show? You did a 5-hour long stream with Mr.Dubbs and sat through the
Yes,
whole
sir.
thing. What did you think about it?
I had fun as well watching because I was at Mr.Dubbs. I was chatting with the chat. You guys popped in a whole couple of times. Like it was nice. But the first half of the show, man, like before we got to the like end stretch, it was tough. It was tough because I felt like everything was an exhibition match where it had nothing. And whenever I would see a vignette or like a match promo package or whatever, it was so cool. Like, oh my god, something I can think about, something I can sink my teeth into. It was great. But it was rough, man. Like, I gotta say, the biggest thing that stuck out to me was this just felt unprofessional. Unbecoming of a company that's ran with millions and millions. It's that's my biggest gripe. And at the end of the day, we pay money to watch this pay-per-view, and like,
right.
It felt like they didn't care. And I got a personal grudge because like I set up the night before the pay-per-view on OBS, setting up all the match card and everything, like making sure everything is perfect. And I don't know where they add 2 more. And then I don't know where they're starting 20 minutes earlier. Like, oh my goodness. It's like, and this is happening again the last night before the pay-per-view. If it was a week ago, I would understand, but like, get your stuff together. That's what I want to say to AEW. In general, it's just like everything felt so disconnected.
We're going a little too hard here.
Yeah. No.
Come on, man. What do we do? Come on. They got their stuff together.
Bryan said, for example, besides the last 3 matches, everything else was rough. That's pretty rough. Like if I heard that from my own company, I don't know, I would cry, I think. But my favorite was also Edge and Christian. They Adam Copeland, I should use his actual name now. They killed it, man. They killed it. I wish they would have gotten that table spot perfectly, but even that was kind of funny to me, so I give it a pass. But that match, like, I was so hyped. That was beautiful. More stuff like that on AEW TV. I'll be watching a lot more.
All right, Clint, did you have a chance to check it out, or did you see any clips?
I saw a couple of highlights. I just want to say that it's so awesome to see Samoa Joe be a main champion on some wrestling promotion. That will get me to watch AEW again, finally, ever since Cody left and CM Punk left. So now that Samoa Joe is where he belongs in the title picture and the freaking champion, I'm going to start watching AEW week to week because I really like Samoa Joe. I feel like he always gets shafted because he's not a member of the Fatu family. Yeah, it's so cool seeing him as champ again. It's like well deserved. And I saw the Edge powerbomb little mess up there, the little clip. Like that kid's young, he's spongy, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
If he was an old man, then I'd be worried. But yeah, and I heard how the Edge lost the title right away, right after that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
but
I just saw said Christian getting the belt back was trash. That was my favorite part of the show. I loved it. I loved the way they did that.
Same.
Great booking.
I was reading that in the on Twitter. I was like, "What? Wait, what? I thought Edge won it. Wait, what happened? What's going on?"
Yeah, and they put the graphic up after Edge won.
And then I don't think Bryan mentioned it, but Swerve having to face Dustin.
Yeah,
the stuff. Some of the stuff I saw from that looked pretty good, but it was with no build up, no nothing, and you got Swerve, one of your biggest stars, just having a random match. Yeah. They should have added him to one of the title matches or something.
It wasn't even a match for me though, Clint. Like it wasn't even a match. It was the fact that they played up Dustin Rhodes to be this baby face in a match. Yeah. I haven't seen Dustin Rhodes in over a year, bro. Like for real. Right. I'm like, bro, why y'all got him with a broken angle wrestling in the ring, actually giving your top star a match? Like that for me, I know I over exaggerated by saying
Dustin
that it
Rhodes
damaged
is a legend.
Him. I over exaggerated by saying that it damaged Swerve because it didn't. Because obviously everybody was happy to see him, but I just didn't see the point in overbooking that match. Just have the match and get it and keep it moving.
Yeah. Come on though, people don't give Dustin Rhodes the respect he deserves. He's a legend. I
would love Dustin to go back to WWE with his brother and do some sort of angle, like he's his manager, or he costs him the belt later on. But I don't know.
You know what? I was also hopeful about Dustin and was thinking the same way as you do, Kenny. And then I think one of you in the group published or shared like him saying "F you" to a fan. And I was like,
Yeah,
hold on now.
But you
I
gotta
thought this
think
guy
they're
was
piling
cool.
on him. They're piling on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to
Okay.
feel some type of insecure, and they're like, "Why are you in the ring?" And I mean, he's a human. He's a human. He's an old man. He never won the title, so he might be questioning his legacy. And when people are piling on him like that, I think it's just a human response.
Fair enough. You got to be professional though. Like it's
Yeah,
wrestling.
you're right.
You're gonna get that every day of your life. Maybe
You're right. You're right.
particularly now he gets it way more, so I can see it.
All right, Loaded. Did you see any clips or anything from Worlds End?
Oh,
I think you're on mute.
I think he chose silence.
Tech divs.
His order is
cut
already
out.
ended.
We'll hop in the chat while Loaded's working on the audio. Just let us know when you're back loading when we can get it. We'll let you know when we can hear you. So I see Omer says, I would love that Vince Russo booking. Come on, man. That was awesome. That was the best moment of the night. Jay Barnacle says, Christian getting the belt back was epic. I'm with Jay Barnacles. It definitely was.
That was funny.
That was awesome, yeah.
What's up, John Keegan? Did y'all have a problem with that, the way they booked that? Him getting the belt back? Anybody?
I thought it was funny.
I have a problem at all, bro. In fact, I thought it was good because they booked Edge. They booked Edge to show that he can beat Christian, but they kept the title on him. So it's like
perfect booking. Perfect.
You made a point. You made the point that Edge can defeat Christian Cage, but Christian, you keep the title on him. I don't think Adam Copeland needs the title. You know what I'm saying? I think what I'm scared of now, I just want him to get out of that realm with Christian Cage. I don't want to see that like I don't want to see that anymore. Like he came into AEW and he's been there ever since. Like let us see new rivalries with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Loaded. What did you think about the show? Did you see any of it?
I saw the botched power bomb on the flaming table. I wish he just speared him through the table like he did at WrestleMania 22.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would have been awesome.
Why did he just do that? And so also I'm happy for Samoa Joe. I'm a big fan. I wish he won the world title in WWE, but he kept getting injured. So I think Vince McMahon didn't really believe in him anymore. But I'm with Clint. I might actually watch the show because Joe is champion now. So yeah.
That's a big deal for them. That's a big deal. Especially for you two guys saying that. I mean, there's a lot of more other people y'all represent. So
yeah,
a lot more people might jump on because
champion. I would watch or Joe or even MJF. But yeah, maybe even Swerve when he gets his title shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So y'all did mention Samoa Joe being a champion, so let's jump right into that. Is Samoa Joe a transitional champion? Do y'all think he would only have it for like a short amount of time just to pass it to somebody else? Who faces him next? Where do y'all think we're going with Samoa Joe as a champion? Let's start with you, Loaded.
I'm afraid that he may have to drop it to Adam Cole. Yeah.
How much longer is Cole out? Do y'all know?
And there's still a while, right?
He's still got
Real Estate Wrestling. Omer, if you're still in the chat, do you know how much longer Adam Cole is out? Because I don't know if he would be next up. I think if he was going to be out for like a month or two or whatever, well, I don't know, because MJF is injured too, so they couldn't wait to get this angle off.
I'm actually surprised Adam Cole's still injured.
Yeah, it must have been pretty bad.
When did he break his ankle?
It was a while ago.
I think.
You remember what month it was?
Was it All In? I can't. Not All In, All Out.
No, it was I think a random Dynamite.
What, September?
Oh, it was a
it was like a random Dynamite. He ran out and like twisted his ankle or something when he jumped.
He jumped over the ramp.
Yeah,
because like ankles could take up to like a year to heal. So
yeah,
he's out for a while. That's a bummer.
But they just did the reveal, so I assume he's gonna be back in the ring soon.
I don't know because the reveal was bad. We'll get to it after this topic. But the reveal was bad.
Yeah.
But who do you think is next, Loaded? If it's not Adam Cole, because I just don't think he's ready yet, being how he looked in the ring.
No, I want Joe to keep the title for a couple months. I don't know who he loses the title to. I have no idea.
Yeah. All right, what do you think, Clint?
You can have him be a transitional champion. Come on. Can't do that to him.
Well, no, we'll see. We will see.
It could happen.
What do you think, Clint? Yeah.
If he's a transitional champion, then what was the point of putting the belt on him in the first place? I mean, I guess it's up to Joe how he feels about it. But if they're gonna have him in WB games and have him do cross promotions. I'm assuming he's going to be Sweet Tooth again in
Right.
what is that game
Twisted.
called? Thank you, Twisted Metal,
Twisted Metal?
season
Yeah.
2. I think it got renewed. Then why would you just have him be like a throwaway champion? That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, who do I think will beat him? Hopefully, they build him up for a long time, Samoa Joe, like this unstoppable monster, like they've been doing, and then they use that to put over one of their own guys, not someone from WWE, not someone that's super well known, but like Swerve. Like he's already over. He's the perfect guy to beat Joe and become the next guy to hold the torch for however long. I think Swerve would be great. Other than that, I mean, you could have MJF come back and fight him, but lose, right? I mean, if you put it back on MJF, it just feels like we're going in circles here. I like MJF. I think MJF is awesome, but he's had his time as champion. I feel like if you're going to have someone beat Samoa Joe after you build him up, you got to have it be one of your main talents. Swerve,
Right.
Adam, like somebody.
Yeah.
What
do you think, Kero? Who do you think Samoa Joe's first program is? Do you think he's a transitional champion? Where do you think we're going with Samoa Joe?
Well, I have no clue his first program is going to be. So we know Adam Cole can wrestle, but he's got like 3 other masked men that can stand up and wrestle. So Wardlow maybe the first one, though I don't know how smart it is to have Wardlow in that program, because if he loses, then what are you going to do? Like it's the same situation after MJF all over again. My guess would have been easily that, man, the MJF Adam Cole story is going to continue, but MJF is out for a long while. Adam Cole is out for a long while. Just in this pay-per-view, we saw that they put Swerve and Keith Lee in like a cryostasis, their storyline. And then like months and months later, as if nothing has happened, like as if it's the next week, they continued their storyline, barely. So Tony Khan's shown us right now that he can do stuff like that. So my hunch is that we're going to have that feud continue when both Adam Cole and MJF is finally able to be in the ring, compete to their fullest ability. So that changes literally everything. And like I thought that stupidly they were going to waste Swerve, but now like everything is open for Swerve. It's his time to shine. It's his time to take the title. I honestly believe that in the next pay-per-view, Joe is going to drop that title to Swerve. So AEW does, less pay-per-views though, right? Like we still got a long while.
You're right.
A whole couple of months, I think, before that can happen. But yeah, soon enough. Maybe not if the first one, the second one, Swerve is going to take it. Somehow Joe is going to be pretty much a transitional champion, honestly. But he's a great, like one of the best champions in general you can have. Like if I was Tony Khan, put him on the media scrum, put him on any interview, morning show. He's smart, he's articulate, he's pretty good. Like he literally does everything. So he's amazing. I think his segments are always going to be fun. Hopefully from now on he's going to get booked better. That's the last point I want to make. Like I can see anything happening to Joe, because we just saw a week or 2 ago Joe doing that weird Ring of Honor stuff where he won the championship and then dropped it. We saw so many weird things with the Masked Man storyline. Like the booking of Joe has been so weird and so off. So I wouldn't be surprised if anything happened to him. Yeah.
We're good now.
All right,
sorry about that. It buffered for a second, but yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, I agree with you. I think if Samoa Joe loses it at the next pay-per-view, even though they are kind of spread apart, you're right. That means he is a transitional champion. But I don't know if they go that way, but I don't see him holding a belt for a whole year or having a long run like MJF did. I think they're setting him up to drop the belt to somebody else. Is that Swerve? I'm not sure, because if Adam Cole's kind of set to come back here pretty soon, they could say, well, the deal was I'll help you get the belt from MJF, but I get the first title defense. So if Adam Cole is back before the next pay-per-view, it's possible him and the Masked Man jump all over Joe. Adam Cole gets the belt back, and then they lead into MJF versus Adam Cole again, because Adam Cole is going to get that long run. Everybody's saying Swerve deserves the run. I don't think Tony Khan is there yet. I think he's like, yeah, we'll get it to you, but I think if Tony Khan has a long-term plan, he's going to stick with that plan. So it's just really going to be hopefully if Swerve can keep that heat while we're going through this Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, MJF storyline. And again, that was a good point saying that the pay-per-views are so far apart because if Adam Cole only needs about 3 months, I think we still see the devil stuff on TV. And when Adam Cole is healed, he gets that title shot. And I think we'll have to see where it goes from there. If not Adam Cole, I think it's going to be Hangman Page. But we'll see where it goes because they did kind of insert him into that story as well. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He mentioned him at the scrum. So
yep.
That was the first name that popped up. Yeah, that's the first name he says. Oh, I'll be anybody. I'll be Adam Page. Yeah. That's the first name he said. So that could happen.
I think he's one of the guys. What do you think, Brian?
I don't think Samoa Joe is a transitional champion. There's been reports out there that he was already set to win before the MJF injury happened. Now, Swerve is hot right now, obviously. I think everybody that's an AEW fan and knows what Swerve is doing, I think he definitely deserves the title. Now, I don't know. I think you don't have Samoa Joe lose it at a random episode of Dynamite. I think you let him go at least 2 pay-per-views with the title. I think Double or Nothing in May. I think that would be the perfect spot for Swerve to go on ahead and take it from Samoa Joe because remember Sting's last match at Revolution. You also don't want to overshadow that neither with any big title changes. I think Double or Nothing is the perfect spot for Swerve to go on ahead win. It's a big pay-per-view. It's one of their premier pay-per-views compared to the other shows that they have. So I think that's where you ultimately have him dropping. And back to I know you guys were saying like maybe feuding with like Adam Cole or nothing. I don't know if that'll happen simply because it seems like they did business together based on the previous episode where it was like pleasure doing business with you. So I don't think they're going to feud anytime soon. I think they're going to save that Adam Cole feud, and that's going to be MJF and Adam Cole again for sure.
Yeah, that's kind of why I got the point, though, because they did business together. Like, it's business, right? Like, I'll help you get the title, but when you get it, you give me that shot. It could be something like, they're working out something like that. But if he does lose it at Double or Nothing, do y'all still consider that a transitional champion in AEW, or do y'all think that's a pretty good title run?
That's not a good title run at all.
That's what, like 6 months?
Yeah,
6 months?
Yeah, but in AEW, the title reigns are like...
Yeah, they're pretty long.
At least let him hold it to All In. I mean, come on.
I'd say that's a good run if he holds it until All In. That would make it look like he was the champion, but just losing it in a pay-per-view or 2 in AEW, that's like women's championship booking. That's the way they hot potato that women's title.
I don't know. Y'all gotta remember though, like, how long does Swerve stay hot for? You gotta strike while he's hot. Like,
I just don't think Tony Khan's gonna do it.
This isn't WWE. Like, obviously WWE they do whatever they do and they like to not give people what they want right away. But I think we're talking 6 months. Swerve's been hot for what, at least 4 months now, like hot to the point where he's at. I don't know. I think you pull the trigger and you go for it at Double or Nothing. But I also see your guys' point. I mean, all their AEW champs, they've stayed champion for 10 months plus, so it's tough.
Yeah. I just feel like if it's not in the books for Tony Khan right now, if he didn't have it written and Swerve got hot, he's going to disregard that and he's going to put the TNT championship on Swerve or something like, yeah, we gave him the TNT championship. Now he's going to, I don't know. I just think if he doesn't have it written in those books, it's not going to happen. He's going with whatever storyline he had planned before. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Maybe that's good because he did like something similar to the Acclaimed. He ignored them for a while, then said, you know what? Let's make them the champions. Then Acclaimed became champions and they kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Like if Swerve's going to be underwhelming when he wins the championship, maybe it's best that you save it for another day.
Yeah, just hopefully they can keep him hot while we're waiting for that day.
We're all forgetting who he's. Oh, sorry.
Ahead.
I was going to say we're all forgetting who he's going to really lose it to, and that's Jungle Boy when he comes back.
Oh. Hey, I'm with it. I'm down. Let's do it.
Just had to throw that out.
I'm a Jungle Boy guy. We should have saw him at All In, but let's go ahead and talk about that. So the Devil was revealed at Worlds End, not All In. The Devil was revealed at Worlds End, and it was bad. Brian, what did you think about the reveal?
The one thing I don't understand is why drag it this long if Adam Cole was still gonna be the guy, because that was the rumor. Adam Cole is not ready, so they're just gonna keep extending the storyline till it's ready. Now, at first, I was really disappointed, but then looking back at it, I felt like they did a decent job for what they had, being that Adam Cole is on one leg. So the way they revealed the devil, to me, I'm not really complaining about it. I'm more just kind of upset at how long it was dragged out for it to be the guy that we all thought all along was the guy. If it was revealed, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and it was like, all right, this is what it is, then I get it. But I don't know. I feel like he should have been revealed at Full Gear, and that would have been it. And that's it. I don't know, bro. I really was not a fan of how dragged out it was for him to be the guy. I really thought it was gonna be somebody else. I really did. But I had a feeling when he came out as the manager, and then he did the little ring thing where he couldn't find the ring. I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. He's definitely playing that thing, and that's not the first time he's done it. I don't think he's done it before.
I think he's done it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought the whole thing was bad. For one, it was too predictable, and sometimes they'll say predictability is good. In this case, I just think it wasn't, just because if it was going to be Adam Cole, fine, but you had to have somebody under the mask behind him. But it was Adam Cole and his friends. For one, why is Wardlow with y'all? We heard he was beefing with MJF the whole time. Like, MJF was kind of ignoring him, but he was like, "I'm going to get you, MJF. I'm going to show you whatever in the devil." So it was obviously like they were saying, "Yeah, Wardlow's one of the guys, y'all." And what happened? He was one of the guys. The whole reveal was bad too. Adam Cole's in the ring sitting in a chair, and I'm sure it's because he was injured, but the whole presentation didn't make them look strong at all. Your devil can't stand up, for one, and you got the guys behind him. Everybody just snatched the mask off at the same time. Adam Cole never had the mask on. You did not get that unmasking moment. You just got the moment with him with the mask in his hand and the guys behind him unmasking. I'm like, the whole presentation here is bad. This whole reveal thing is bad, and if this is the way we were going to do it, it just shouldn't have been done at all. Unfortunately, they started it and Adam Cole got injured. I understand, but biggest disappointment in AEW for me, probably of all time.
Damn.
That's bad.
What did you think about it, Kero?
Oh man, the way you say it, it's like a captain going down with the ship. Like, no matter what happens, he's staying on there, not changing course.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just thought it was super, super flat. It being predictable, I agree with you. Like, hey, one of the biggest stories in wrestling is what? Mankind. Oh, he's gonna win the WWE Championship. You know exactly what's gonna happen, but how you do it matters 200%.
Right.
And how they did it here was just so uninspired. Again, Wardlow is cool, I guess, because I want to see him do anything.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but who are the other guys? Is it Mike Bennett or something? Like,
It's
from Ring of Honor?
The Kingdom? Yeah, the Kingdom. I do like Roderick Strong. I'm glad he got that spot, but
Right.
Eesh.
Like, but still, like, it just doesn't connect, right? Because the Kingdom guy, what has he ever done in AEW television that's worthwhile? Yeah, like, what's going on? Why you out of anybody? Why not Jungle Boy, dude? You'd be cool. Like, he doesn't have to be the leader. Just be with Adam Cole, and then we can make, like, yeah, it was again, just comes back to my overall thoughts. It was just done unprofessionally, I think. And it's kind of scary to me because AEW is supposed to be the alternative, and we're supposed to not have like Vince McMahonism at this point where, hey, if I want one thing to happen, even if it takes 10 years, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing until you like it. Like,
Yeah,
Tony,
right.
show us that you can be different. Show us why AEW matters, right? I don't like this. This is a scary precedent. Hopefully, Tony shies away from doing this. Like, oh, this one thing, I want to do it, and I'm going to do it no matter what. You don't have to. Pivot.
Right. Yeah, and I want to say one thing before we move over. I want to check out Joseph's comment here. Joseph Montoya. They should reveal the masked wrestlers one by one. I thought the same thing. I thought it was going to be like a big presentation. Like, this is the moment where we find out what's going on. But Adam Cole, again, never had the mask on. Everybody just ripped him off at the same time, which kind of, I see why they did it, because if Roderick Strong rips his mask off, then the other guys are with him. So, yeah. It was just bad presentation-wise.
It was hard to digest because it was so many. The only guy that I've really noticed that stood out was Wardlow.
Yeah,
Obviously,
when they came out, I was like, yeah, Bryan, there's Wardlow. I mean, we already knew before he even took the mask off. Who else? Unless it's Brian Cage, but no, definitely Wardlow. What did you think about it, Clint? Did you see the reveal?
I saw like a picture of it, and based off what you guys are telling me, it looks like I didn't miss much. So,
Not at all.
Nah, my boy.
but I will say this: if everybody is guessing who it is throughout the whole storyline, then try to mix it up. Like try to change up things. Like even if the person out there weeks prior is who you were planning, try to throw a curveball out there. Like have Britt Baker be one of them or something. Because it's his wife, right? It makes sense.
Yeah.
Although the silhouette would be obvious because it's a woman, not a. Anyway, we'll get. That's a whole different topic. But yeah, try to throw a curveball for the audience to really be like, wait a minute, I thought it was this or I thought it was that. I mean, if you just go with status quo, like you guys are saying, it just sounds flat. Anyway, yeah.
And this is where that Vince Russo booking would have come into place at the perfect time. Swerve everybody. We think you're going left. Do a hard right, or right is this way. Do a hard right and throw everything off track.
Yeah.
But they just went standard on us. What do you think about it, Loaded?
I agree that they should have tried to swerve us or throw some red herrings out there. It was way too obvious that it was him. Honestly, if he wasn't ready to can't speak. If he wasn't ready to return, if he wasn't ready to return to the ring, then why do the reveal at all?
Yeah.
It would have been way more epic if he had the devil mask on and then have him take it off. But it was kind of obvious when the devil had MJF and Cole, and then the lights go out. It was kind of obvious what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it fell flat.
Yep. I just think you didn't need to have Adam Cole ringside during the match. If you were going to do the angle, you could have turned the light off, had the guys attack MJF, and then walk up the ramp. Since Adam Cole can't walk, you could have something supported him on the apron while he was standing up there, and then you have him and the guys take the mask off. Then you don't even have to show him limping, leaning, or sitting down on TV. Make sure your devil guy looks strong. He's standing up strong, laughing or whatever, doing whatever. It wasn't good how it played out in the ring. So I don't see why they did that.
It wasn't done well. Russo would have booked it way better than this.
I agree with you. Shout out to Vince Russo. Vince Russo, I know you're watching. Get that job in AEW.
If Russo booked it, would have Vince McMahon involved
Russo,
too.
Vince, and Ed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have revealed just his goons and then kept like the Joker or Devil, whatever the hell, masked until the next, drag that part out. But then
I would have been mad. I'd have been mad.
Well, it would have been,
like, what? I'm sure these guys, but not him. But yeah, I don't know. It was just they dropped the ball on that one. But you know what? We move on to next week where we should get the reveal of Mercedes Mone. Do y'all think it's going to happen on AEW Dynamite?
No.
No, Kero's going, oh no. But you know what's interesting? Would you say, Loaded?
Where's Dynamite at?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Jersey.
Oh, it's in Jersey. Brian, you might as well go ahead and drive over there.
Nah, I'm not paying. I'm good. I'm turned off AEW for now.
All right. So, but they said Trinity is expected to go back to WWE. So if Naomi's going back to WWE, maybe Kero's on to something.
I mean,
maybe we see Sasha Banks instead.
Yeah, even the Triple H thing just gives me shades of CM Punk's return or any other big return we had in the WWE. Again, just speaking of CM Punk, her attitude, there's the only thing, the incentive for now for Mercedes Mone to go to AEW is the money, obviously. I mean, it's in her name. But WWE is going to give her a whole bunch of money as well. She's going to see her old friend. Bailey is there. Going back with Trinity. Why not? Why not? Triple H is there.
Yeah. But she's not going to be a top girl, though. She'll be up there, but I don't think they put her over. She'll be top in AEW unless they treat her like they treated Saraya. But in WWE, do y'all think they kind of overshadow all of the girls they have right now that they're building up to put her up there?
Who? Oh, Sasha, they bring her and just overshadow everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing that would have really stopped her was if she went to the same brand with Charlotte, because Charlotte is unstoppable. And Rhea, I guess. If she doesn't go into the same brand with Rhea, maybe then she'll be okay. But yeah, if she goes to the SmackDown or Raw, I think that's where Rhea is, then your scenario comes true. That would be rough. I can see her getting really, really mad. But I was also thinking about the injury aspect of it because she gets injured
a lot.
in New Japan. WWE, she gets injured a lot. And we know the style of WWE is notorious for being super safe. Yeah. So AEW, how long do you give her? Like, yeah.
One
That
paper.
could be why they didn't want to pay her the money.
Because they
because
know.
of her injuries. So
And she's problematic too. So problematic and injuries.
Because
apparently she was crying outside of the arena or crying outside of the locker room or something. Like a baby on the floor.
Yeah.
Tony Khan, man, his booking, especially with the women's division, is terrible. It's all over the place. There's really no direction. I mean, Tony Storm is barely carrying the division, so
she's doing great. I can't let
she's doing good.
Jump on Tony Storm. She's doing good. She's doing it. But they put her in there with Riho, and I don't know what happened at the pay-per-view. Riho was hurt after the match. I don't know if y'all could see on TV.
Really?
Yeah, I think she slammed Tony Storm on top of her head, and like she had to roll out to the side, and the guys had to like she was like dizzy or something. They had to carry her out. But yeah, she's too small to be in there with those girls, and yeah, it was bad. Me and Bryan were just watching her throwing. She was like throwing Tony Storm all around, but while she was throwing her on around, Tony Storm was like landing on top of her. So it was bad. Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, Jade Cargill in WWE against Sasha Banks. I don't know how those egos are going to collide if those two end up together. So I think Sasha definitely ends up in AEW, but we'll see. Anybody? Go ahead.
I want to say is I want to see how Cody's going to interact with her in the media scrum. Will there be a hug, handshake?
Yeah.
Sasha say stand 2 meters, to the side.
That's funny.
I don't know, man, because Tony will pay her the most money, obviously, because he likes to spend it to get his stars. But if the creative's bad, Mercedes don't like to put up with BS, so she'll walk out. So I don't know.
Can't really cut a promo. I always say
I think she's good at the promo. She's better than Charlotte.
She's not really good. You think so? Does everybody think so? Does everybody think Mercedes is
better than Charlotte? I mean, I hope so.
I think Mercedes is She's a worse promo out of all of them.
I think
Bayley,
so.
Becky, Charlotte.
Have you guys seen the Broken Skull sessions with Sasha? And she legitimately thinks she's the best wrestler of all time. She has a huge ego, and I'm like,
which I guess she should, but you're not, man.
She's all right, but she's not like mega super.
Yeah, I don't even think she's better than Bayley. I think Bayley's the best out of the crop. That's
My
just me.
favorite is Bayley. Yeah, Bayley's super good.
Bayley's awesome.
I think Charlotte's better than all of them.
She's good, but I don't think she's better than Bayley. I think it's Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha.
She don't cut good promos, but she's like the best in the ring.
Yeah,
I don't think her promos are terrible. I don't think they're super offensive.
Bayley's the goat.
Yeah,
Bayley's really good
all around. Bayley, I think, is the best.
Yeah, I like Bayley.
But speaking of Bayley, Sasha, Becky, let's go ahead and jump into some WWE talk because there's a lot going on this side as well.
Yeah.
Last night, the Great One returns, and I think he's there to take it all. He's there to take that main event spot from Cody Rhodes and finish the story. What do you think about that, Bryan?
I'm smiling.
He's going with reports and saying it's happening at the Elimination Chamber.
No, it's happening at the Chamber. Cody is going to finish the story at WrestleMania, bro. That is where
Cody is not finishing the story at Mania.
That's fine.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Even if he does face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, he's going to lose. So you should be glad if he does not get the spot at WrestleMania because he can go on and finish the story at SummerSlam.
Exactly. Be happy.
Be happy. When's Hulk Hogan's record smashed? Do y'all know?
It's not, bro. Y'all keep sitting here thinking Cody's not gonna finish the story, and I'm literally gonna laugh at y'all when it happens. I'm literally gonna
at SummerSlam, yeah.
No, I'm literally gonna post a video where I'm at WrestleMania in my seat, and I'm finna throw middle fingers up to everybody. No personal stuff against y'all, but bro, I've had to deal with this for the past 3 months with y'all, bro. Y'all think Cody's not gonna finish the story? He's gonna finish the story, man. And that's
Cody Rhodes is not. He's gonna finish it at SummerSlam. Listen, he's not finishing that.
The Rock stuff is cool, but y'all gotta understand. Australia made that call. They want The Rock.
Australia can't make a call and make The Rock show up to WWE.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. The government, the government made the call. They said they wanted The Rock. How much is it going to cost? You got to understand, bro. Australia is giving WWE money. This is not AEW. AEW don't pay the country to let them do the show. WWE gets paid for it, my brother. That's one thing. So if they want somebody and they make that call and they're willing to give more money, best believe WWE gonna make that call. I know you're not really experienced because you were an AEW fan the last 5 years, but that shit don't ride over here, homie. Real shit.
Listen here, The Rock is gonna face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be one of the biggest matches of all time. If Cody Rhodes faces The Rock at WrestleMania, it's just faces Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's just another match. We saw that last year.
Triple threat.
Okay,
we already saw it,
bro. And nobody wants to see a gassed out Rock. Rock can't even go for 20 minutes, bro.
All right, great point. Let's see. Hold on, Kero, at WrestleMania, would you rather see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns versus The Rock?
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, been there, done that, old news. I want to see Roman Reigns versus The Rock. I mean, look at this
Roman Reigns. Hold
on, wait a minute. Let's clear the board. Clint, would you rather see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania or Roman Reigns and The Rock?
Well, me being from that generation, it's got to be The Rock.
You don't have to make excuses for it. It is what it is.
But I agree with Bryan. The Rock is gas. I mean, you saw that.
No. Wait, let's get it loaded.
Go ahead, Clint.
Loaded. Okay. Would you rather see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns or Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania? Main event, night 2. All the stars align.
Cody Rhodes, Roman and The Rock.
So, Bryan, that killed your story. You said nobody wants to see Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania. Everybody wants to see Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania.
Roman Reigns could have used this Rock match 2 years ago to really solidify himself as the head of the table. This late in his run, it's like, whatever, bro. Like, yeah, everybody wants to see it, but it feels late because this match kept being brought up for the past 2 years. Oh, it's supposed to happen at Mania. It's supposed to, like, he's winding down to the end of his reign now. Like, Roman Reigns is not going to be champion for much longer, whether he loses or wins at WrestleMania. It's getting taken off him within the next year. So
that's why he beats The Rock at WrestleMania.
I mean, bro, I don't. Let's keep watching the program. I personally think it's gonna happen at Chamber. I don't think they're gonna do Cody like that, just from the standpoint of
look how they did him last year.
I mean, yeah, they did him like that last year, but I feel like Cody even agreed to that. I think he wanted adversity before coming in and winning the title, even though it felt like it was the right time. If you look at his interview, he also said that Dusty was big on losing and then getting himself built back up, and they've done a fantastic job getting Cody back to that point. So,
well, when you get disappointed in something you do or something, you got to kind of make sense of it in your mind. So, yeah, of course he said it. I'm sorry, Kero. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Opium. I think. Hold on. Like, I'm not even sure if anything's gonna happen in an Elimination Chamber. It's probably gonna be like a really big show for Rhea Ripley. Oh, we got all these Australian stars. Check them out. Will Roman even be on that show? Is it confirmed? I don't know. We got Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton for sure at the Royal Rumble.
He was there at the Chamber last year. Why would he not be this year?
Because he only did like 4 matches last year. Now he's going to do 2 this year.
So he doesn't necessarily have to be there. Like,
I can't wait to get at the Chamber, but I'm throwing.
And the Chamber could be the spot where Roman Reigns has a match, and then after that match, if you smell.
One thing I do want to say,
when he beats Cody at Chamber,
you'll get the stare down at the Rumble. I don't like how you guys are trying to downplay this Elimination Chamber show as a B show. This isn't a B show.
The Elimination Chamber is a C show now.
No, it's not. Especially not under this. Especially not under this new resume. Okay, in Backlash,
Money in the Bank is B. Elimination Chamber.
And Backlash was a B show.
For the United States Championship.
This mentality this is what actually legit pisses me off. Because if we talk about Backlash, right, that's a D show. That comes after Mania. That didn't feel like a D show this year. That didn't feel like a C show. It didn't even feel like a C show. They brought in Bad Bunny for a Backlash show. Do you understand how?
Roman wasn't there, was he?
Show. Yeah,
that's not a C show.
Elimination Chamber got bumped down to a C show when they put the pads on the outside. It's not the Elimination Chamber anymore.
It's not even for the WWE Championship
Backlash
anymore.
Felt big. Yeah. Backlash felt big. Money in the Bank, another one, was in London. Felt big. There was a big match.
Those are still C shows.
All of these no, they're not C shows. If they're selling out,
so you're telling me right now Backlash is not a C show?
No, it wasn't this year.
Wow.
It wasn't.
Why wasn't Roman on there? Why wasn't Roman on there if it's such an A or B show?
Because it was still, they brought in Bad Bunny. They brought in one of the biggest Latin artists in the world for that show. If it wasn't that big of a show, they would not bring it in.
Star.
They are making every show feel special. Money in the Bank felt special. It had a big match. Backlash felt special. The Rock will sell out 70,000 people at the Chamber in Australia. Why not do it? Like I said, I'm not saying
it's still a C show.
No, it's not. That's my point.
Saudi Arabia.
All of the shows feel
the
special.
Crown Jewel
Saudi,
shows A show.
that's a glorified house show. But I'm not mentioning.
But that's like one of the biggest shows where they make the most money.
Okay, but I'm not.
What do you mean?
No, that's a bad argument, bro. You know, Saudi Arabia is a glorified house show.
That's the biggest show where they make the most money.
Okay, that's because they get paid hella money from the government.
You're talking about money though. You're talking about money and packing a house.
Yes,
that's Saudi Arabia.
We're talking about Australia, bro. Remember, Crown Jewel and Saudi Arabia, those were pay-per-views literally created for that. Chamber's been around for years. Backlash been around for years.
Australia to get that extra money in those 70,000.
Okay, and 70,000 seats. Y'all love to talk about how All In went to London and they sold 82,000 people. If they go to Australia and sell 70,000 seats, by the way, the record I believe is 73,000. They can go on ahead and sell that out.
Was the world's greatest Royal Rumble on the same level as the Royal Rumble? Was that an A show?
Bro, we're not talking about the old resume. We're talking about the new resume.
But listen, this is us painting these shows like you're saying because they're going to Australia, 70,000
you got to understand.
Now it's not a C show. It's a C show.
You have to understand.
How you paint it.
You have to understand. Vince McMahon was in charge when you're talking about greatest Royal Rumble in this.
Oh,
Nick Khan,
my goodness.
Hold on.
The show
Nick
is
Khan,
the same whether it's Vince McMahon or not.
No, it's not.
You got the same team behind Triple H running things.
Nick Khan and Triple H, they have totally changed the resume.
It
is completely different. It is completely different.
Like Backlash was awesome,
bro. They have made most pay-per-views this year feel special. They did it with the Chamber last year with Sami and Roman. They always have somehow a big match. That is my point. Under the new resume, things have changed. You guys are stuck in this old mentality. Things have changed.
What changed? Tell us what changed.
You watch the product when we're together. You do not watch the product on your own.
And when we're together every Monday, I don't watch Friday shows because they're bad. Monday shows are bad too, but I'll still watch them. It's the same. That's why I don't watch them. When Triple H took over, they were like, "Oh, Triple H is ahead of the charge." I was like, "All right, you know what? Let's get back into watching Monday Night Raw every week. Let's watch Friday / SmackDown." They're all the same shows.
No, because listen, the shows and to Vashawn Taylor, just because they brought in Bunny don't make it a B show. They brought Bad Bunny because the card was lackluster without him.
Exactly.
They would not bring in a star of that magnitude if they didn't care about the pay-per-view.
Vashawn Taylor.
They would not care about it. They would not care about it. They would not. You think they paying Bad Bunny money? If they don't really care that much about the show and they consider it a
want to get the money back when they fill the house.
No. You guys make no sense, bro. Ever since this new resume, they've tried to make every pay-per-view feel special, and they've been going out of the country for pay-per-view, something that we're not used to.
They're expanding their business. No, that's called expanding your business, as they should.
Exactly, and they've been doing that under this new resume. It was not happening against.
And if you're going to a country you haven't been in,
the only thing that happened under Vince McMahon was the Saudi thing. That was the only thing. There was no them going to London, how they've been doing it. Like, they haven't been doing all that stuff, bro. This is all. And there was another pay-per-view that
doesn't bump the pay-per-view up from being a C pay-per-view to an
exactly.
When
it
we're
just changes the presentation.
When we're going from selling out a show with 15,000 seats to going to 70,000 seats, the show is clearly bigger. It's not. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that them going from 15K to 70K don't make the show feel any bigger to y'all. There is no way in Saudi Arabia
usually.
There's no way in hell, bro.
How much do they usually?
Like I said, exclude Saudi Arabia because that is 100%.
No, you cannot.
A glorified house show.
You cannot do that.
House show. 100%. I believe it. 100%.
Okay.
I'm talking about. Did Money in the Bank?
How's it a glorified house show?
Did Money in the Bank?
Hold on. Answer my question. Answer my question.
Did Money in the Bank? Did Money in the Bank?
You had Shawn Michaels last.
Hold on.
I gotta challenge your statement though.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a glorified house show, but Shawn Michaels' last match was in Saudi Arabia.
That's what I'm saying, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Triple H wants every show.
Now you're looking for validation in the chat. Now you're looking for validation in the chat.
No, I'm not.
Come on, tell me how's it a glorified house show if this is where Shawn Michaels' last match took place?
Because bro, they always have crazy matches at house shows. Have you been to a house show before and you know this?
You're telling me I could go to a random house show?
CM Punk just had his first
South
match
Carolina,
back
and
in a
Shawn
decade.
Michaels is going to be wrestling.
CM Punk has had 2 matches in house shows in his first time in a decade. Over a decade.
Has Shawn Michaels had one at a house show?
No, but he had it at Saudi Arabia.
Shawn Michaels was retired and came out of retirement to do a match at Saudi Arabia.
And Saudi
CM Punk
Arabia
was not
probably gave him
retired.
stupid money for that too.
Okay, so it's not a glorified house show. This is a
It
show.
is. It is a glorified house show,
in.
and we can all agree that it's a glorified house show. You were saying it too when it happened. I don't know why you
I'd
chatting
say
right now.
all of WWE shows are glorified house shows, if you ask me.
See, this is where your credit goes out the window, my boy. Because
But it's a fact, though.
We had.
When do you ever? You don't get
conversation
finishes
going on.
on
But
WWE.
hold on, before you go,
You do not get finishes on WWE shows unless it's a pay-per-view. So what is that? It's a house show, if you ask me. A WWE Championship match last night, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. That's like a house show match because you know the title's not going to change.
Let me see something. Money in the Bank this year had close to 19,000 people, and it was the O2 Arena. I believe is the second biggest arena in London.
Crown Jewel had 22,000.
Okay, did the London show feel like a house show to you? Did you watch it, the Money in the Bank?
The Money in the Bank, I'm sure I watched it. I don't remember it. But I'm sure Money in the Bank is a B show, though. I didn't say Money in the Bank was a C show.
Chamber's not a C show this year, though.
Chamber is a C show every
No,
year.
it's not.
Look, not everything can be the main event. Not everybody can be the main event, and not every show can be the A show. Which WrestleMania is the A show. It's the A+S show. It's everything.
Here.
But that's not what I'm saying though. I'm not sitting here telling y'all that every show this year has been an A show. What I'm trying to tell y'all is that they have been trying to make every show feel special. That is my point. So if you bring in The Rock, hold on. I'm not done yet, bro. If you bring The Rock in for Australia, you make the show feel bigger. That is my point. Obviously, everybody wants a Mania match, but we don't even know The Rock's schedule. This guy is really limited. Like the past years, it's been teased. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
He's got to work both shows.
And it's funny that 7 days after the report dropped that Australia made the call, he comes back. It's really funny.
I think it was in the cards the whole time.
He's not gonna work both shows, bro. That guy
he has to work the Chamber and Mania. Yes,
he's not working Mania. I hate to tell
he did it last time 10 years ago. He worked Rumble.
Yeah, you just said it.
Rumble, Chamber, and Mania.
Great shape 10 years ago.
I think he'll come out for a stare down at the Chamber, sure, whatever. But he's facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is The Rock versus Roman Reigns is a 5-star. You know, they can go in there and look at each other and slap each other in the face 2 times. That's a 5-star A-level match. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns.
I'm not saying it's not.
That's a B match. That's a B match. It already happened. We saw it.
You don't book that. Yeah.
We said the same thing about John Cena and The Rock, and everybody wanted to watch it. So I don't care.
John Cena versus The Rock is an A-level match.
How would you guys feel about a triple threat?
That is my point, bro.
Get Cody out of here. I think we can find something else to do with him.
Give him a Z-Pack.
Yeah, let's just take the biggest star we've had since Roman Reigns was in front of the machine, and let's just go on ahead. Let's just kill his hotness and everything like that. Let's just go on ahead and do that.
AEW made him a star.
I'm glad y'all don't book the show. I'm really glad
AEW made him a star. So
I'm really glad.
Cody's gonna win later on after WrestleMania, like when the record is
bro, listen. When it happens at the Chamber, I want everybody's apology
at the Chamber
to be as loud as the disrespect.
No, I wouldn't apologize if it happens at the Chamber. That just means WWE is in bad hands right now.
It's not in bad hands.
Be that crazy.
It's not in bad hands.
You know what? I'm gonna call it right now.
Why would you take the biggest thing?
If they do that match at the Chamber, I am not going to WrestleMania.
Why would you take the biggest thing that happens that happened to your company in the past year with Cody Rhodes being this white hot baby face? He's everywhere for you.
Because The Rock is back. That's
he's
why.
the guy. Why would you want to keep the title on Roman for another year?
Biggest stars in the world.
The biggest star in Hollywood. The Rock is back. That's why.
Yeah, all right, bro.
But what if Roman wrestles twice on night 2?
Yeah, CM Punk is.
I mean, he could say Punk will get pissed.
No, Punk's on night 1.
Yeah, but he's not gonna wrestle twice in one night, bro. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, do Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes on night 1, last match, and then have.
Plus, you got to think about
night 2.
Yeah, The Rock's like backstage presence. He's gonna politic the hell out of that and be at the main event if he can.
Listen, bro. 10 years ago, since y'all want to go all the way back there, Punk, who was the hottest thing in the WWE, even hotter than John Cena, that happened versus The Rock.
Punk was never hotter than John Cena. That's a hot take.
Punk was hot.
Punk was hot, sure, but he was never hotter than John Cena.
I'm not going to listen to you because you're biased. But
John Cena was so you're telling me right now John Cena wasn't always
John Cena was already there for a while. It's like it's like Roman Reigns and the Cody Rhodes comparison right now. I think we could all say Cody Rhodes is hotter than Roman Reigns. When Roman Reigns comes around,
could absolutely not say Cody Rhodes is hotter than Roman Reigns.
I don't know, man.
That's loaded.
Roman Reigns, when he comes around, obviously the show feels special because he barely pops up. But I think the guy who's the guy and right now who's really hot is Cody. Everybody want to see Cody win a title. Most people do.
Okay, so if they advertise Cody Rhodes will be the headline of Monday Night Raw, he's going to be in the main event. And SmackDown, they say Roman Reigns is going to be the head of the SmackDown main event. Which show is going to draw more ratings?
I mean, you can't say that because Cody is there every week and Roman is there once a month. So obviously the one
because Roman is a bigger star. That's why.
Yeah, SmackDown's also on Fox.
There's no See, that's where you got it wrong.
Okay, well, you know what?
That's where you got it wrong.
Let's advertise Cody on SmackDown then. Let's advertise Roman on Raw.
I mean,
hold on.
Raw's
That's
gonna do a bigger
That's
number.
where you got it wrong, though, bro. Because I never said that he was a bigger star. I said he's hotter. Just like CM Punk wasn't a bigger star than John Cena, but he was hotter. He was hotter. He was what's hot at the time.
Edicts and all that, but
he was what's hot
the
at the
fact
time.
of the matter is Rock is bigger right now, and that's why he's going to be.
And that's
at the
why
main event.
I cannot wait till it doesn't happen at WrestleMania. Cannot wait.
So you're saying Cody is hotter than The Rock right now? That's what you're telling me.
No, what I'm saying is you don't throw away the hottest thing in your company for a one night stand.
Well, The Rock is the hottest thing in the company right now since he's back.
One night stand.
Cannot wait.
Listen, at Mania, you're gonna get the most buzz and the most attention. You're not gonna get it at the Chamber.
And you're gonna sell more seats.
I put $100
You're gonna sell
against
more
everybody
seats to
up right
WrestleMania
now.
if The Rock main events against Roman Reigns.
Like I said, the Chamber comes on for us at 5 a.m.
That don't matter. When have they
I'm not even
cared?
watching that.
When have they cared
I'm not
about
watching
that?
that.
Most
just
people
said
in the
it.
U.S. are not going to watch
Kenny
it live.
just said it. Shawn Michaels came back for his last match in Saudi Arabia, and that show
And
was
I
like
was
at 10 in the
watching
morning.
And I was watching live.
cares?
No, that came in the afternoon. It came in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think
it wasn't 5 in the
wasn't in
morning,
the
though.
afternoon. No, I said it was like 10 a.m. It happens early. It's like 10 or
10
12
a.m. is
p.m.
fine.
No,
10 a.m.
it
There's a
come-
difference between 10 a.m. and 5
Listen,
a.m.
5 a.m.
I ain't worried about it. Cody's gonna finish the story this year, 2024.
No, with Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia,
SummerSlam 2024. He's gonna finish it.
when they do a show at Saudi Arabia, it's at 12
Yo,
or
Kenny,
1.
we're gonna be in person, so I cannot wait.
I'm not going to WrestleMania
No,
if
I'm talking about.
they don't rock and Roman.
I'm talking about Royal Rumble. We're gonna be in person, so I cannot wait till Roman wins his match against Randy Orton or whoever the hell he's facing, and The Rock comes out and he tells him, "I want you at Elimination Chamber." I cannot wait, my boy.
Even if they do, maybe The Rock beats him and then they run it back at WrestleMania.
They would not do that.
Maybe they do a non-title. The Rock beats him and then they run it back
You
at
can't do
WrestleMania.
that.
No.
You can't do that
Rock is
because
gonna beat Cody at Elimination Chamber.
You can't do that because Cody's gonna win the Chamber for the title shot. So you can't do that either, my boy.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna fight Seth Rollins. That's cool.
CM Punk is gonna fight Seth Rollins because CM Punk.
What
gonna win
if
the Rumble.
The Rock
There
pops
you
out
go.
and he's in the Elimination Chamber and he pins Cody 1, 2, 3 in the end?
Seth Rollins?
Boom. Then you got Rock and you got
Why
at
are we
Mania.
even assuming CM Punk's gonna go over like for Seth Rollins? Maybe things will happen, and he'd say, you know what? I want Roman Reigns. I'm sick of that bastard.
if he's
I don't
smart?
know. There's just too many things in Roman Reigns' way right now for it. Like you got one A Rock and then you got one B Cody, and then where does CM Punk fit in all of this? I don't know.
No, I'm trying to see where Cody fits in it because he's the lowest when it comes to star power.
The merch don't say that. Since everybody wants to go by merch one week and now it doesn't fit the narrative, so everybody.
I never
wants to
went
say
by
something
merch
else.
any week because I'm not going to praise CM Punk for having the highest selling merch. But Cody Rhodes is the lowest star when it comes to star power. You got The Rock, you got Roman Reigns, you got CM Punk, you got Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk doesn't fit anywhere in the Roman Reigns trial or the trail.
Love triangle.
Oh, they could peg him in wherever they want to.
Whoa.
He's not gonna fit anywhere though. But the Seth
Hey,
Rollins
whoa.
feud, the Seth Rollins and the Seth Rollins and the CM Punk standoff already happened. They talked that shit to each other, and
They got like
here.
4 or 5 pay-per-views before WrestleMania, so they could throw that anywhere.
They got 2 pay-per-views.
CM Punk could take the belt from him and face somebody else before the pay-per-view. Because Seth Rollins show ain't hot. Great wrestler. One of the best in the world, if not the, but he's not hot.
That's
Yeah,
why he's
yeah.
losing that title.
As he should.
He's gonna
Punk
lose
is
the
winning
title
the
to
Rumble.
Punk. Yeah, night 1,
Punk-
Mania
yeah.
main event. CM Punk.
Seth Rollins needs to go to AEW.
I think it's a perfect fit for him.
I think he would like to
Yeah.
work with professionals.
Well, really, I say that because he needs to. That Drew McIntyre run, where Drew McIntyre left and rebuilt himself, came back as a big star. Seth Rollins needs some type of run like that. Same as Cody Rhodes, because it's not going to happen for him in WWE. Look at his gimmick right now. It's not. Look
Cody
at his
Rhodes.
gimmick. Seth Rollins is one of the best in the world, and they've killed him.
Oh yeah, I mean Seth's gimmick. I don't think Seth's gimmick is completely on the WWE. I think he has a lot more creative freedom than we think. That shit sucks. I'm gonna just be honest.
Well, he needs somebody else to write for him.
That's why me and Kero agreed the time that
somebody like Anthony Khan.
That day that CM Punk and Seth Rollins had the standoff in the ring, I thought me and Kero agreed that we were like, yeah, we loved this version of Rollins. Like he was super serious, like he was believable.
Serious.
He didn't laugh, he didn't do none of that fake laughing stuff. Like it was great. I enjoyed it.
He just got to get rid of all of that goofy
CM
stuff.
Punk
he's doing.
brings out the best in everybody. That's why.
CM Punk sucks.
There's a lot of money to be made with CM Punk, bro.
That's why we got a super serious Seth Rollins.
Let's just hope he doesn't get injured at the Rumble.
No, he's good.
I feel like he should lose it to Punk, and then Seth should have a whole character change. Like he finally gets serious.
Where he spirals out of control.
Yeah.
But Seth's contract's coming up, so
we'll see.
If
MJF
Seth had
said it
the
himself.
balls, he would leave WWE. Shout out to Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, hate or love what he's doing right now. The guy had the balls to leave to do what he wanted to do, and I respect him for it.
Dean Ambrose.
Look at MJF. He said the best feud he had was with CM Punk. He says that
because he was a CM Punk fan when he was younger, so makes sense.
Listen, bro, I don't want to hear all that.
If I had a feud with the Undertaker and he chokeslammed me,
that is
me and powerbomb me to hell, that's still gonna be my favorite moment I ever did.
That is a ridiculous
my favorite
opinion. You said his rivalry was the best with MJF because he was a fan favorite of CM Punk fucking a decade ago.
MJF was a CM Punk fan. If you get to work with your hero and it works out for you, then yes. I don't even remember the CM Punk and MJF feud. I think his feud with Chris Jericho was better.
Okay. The only thing I remember is them dancing there. That was like the worst thing ever.
Jericho, their feud was better?
I think
no way.
What is CM Punk? I don't even remember. I don't even remember MJF because of CM Punk having a feud.
This is what Kenny does every day, bro. He turns on his camera, he joins the Discord, he waits for me to go live, and then he just start that chatterbox up there, just chatting some BS to stir the pot for the podcast.
It's some facts, man. All right, can y'all give me some monumental moments in CM Punk and MJF's feud? Anybody remember it?
I'm not gonna lie, I remember it, but I remember.
No, you don't remember. Exactly. It's not a good feud if you don't remember it. Next, it was his favorite wrestler. That's why it's his favorite feud.
That's Camp.
All right, y'all. We got anything else? We got to get up out of here.
Their first promo battle was good. What are you talking about?
I'm ready to go, bro.
Loaded is looking up some stuff right now.
No, I'm not looking up. I never seen their matches, but their promos were good.
Oh, okay. The dog collar match was incredible. You know what dog collar match I remember more than that? Cody Rhodes and Brody Lee. So it couldn't have been too great.
You just chatting, man. Let's go on ahead and get it out and get out of here, man.
Get it out.
Who wants to take us out? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I'll take.
Thank y'all for coming through today. If y'all can help us out by dropping a like on this video, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And we're gonna have Kero the GOAT take us out.
Oh, apologies, Brian. Just the way things are. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my bad, Brian.
It's time for us to go. Thank you so much for watching this crazy discussion. We'll be here next week, probably doing the same thing. So that being said, we're out of here.